To begin, find your sketchbook app and tap on it. If you have a drawing on there, we'll need to get a new sketch. Click the box with the dots and lines. Click New Sketch. It has a paintbrush. And then, notice this is vertical. We want it horizontal. So push this button to flip it sideways and then click Create. You will have to click the button with the red X, Discard Current Sketch. Click the red words, Discard. Now you have a blank page to begin your drawing. Now we're going to find our drawing tool. Click on the pen that's the fourth one down from the top. When you click it, there's a blue box around it. Tap it again, and you want this to be all the way over where it says size. Drag that over with your finger until it's all the way at the end and says 20. Then click on the technical pen again to close that out. We're going to begin by drawing seaweed. Click the color circle somewhere on your screen and drag the little circle on the outside until it hits green. Then we want a light green, so you could leave it there in the corner, or you could drag it up the edge towards the white at the top to make an even lighter green. Now we're going to use our pinchy fingers. This way we can move our white piece of screen there, kind of like our piece of paper, around, and we can make it bigger by pinching out or smaller by pinching in. So when I say use your pinchy fingers, pinch out zooms you in, pinching together zooms you back out. So use your pinchy fingers, pinch in to zoom in, and then keep your both fingers on the screen and slide them over so you're at the edge of what is your paper. Now you're going to start by putting your finger at the bottom corner and drawing a curvy line to the top of your paper. So draw it. Then we want to make it a little bit thicker. I start by tracing it down and getting a little wider at the bottom. I think this looks too wide. I started coloring it and then I decided I don't like it. So you can hit this back arrow and that's the undo button. Now I can go back to the top and try it again. I want to color in that white space inside by just rubbing my finger in it until I filled in all the white. Oops, I forgot to color the water blue. So before we add any more seaweed, let's do that. To fill in the background blue, select the paint bucket and then click on the color circle. Choose a light blue and make it even lighter by dragging the circle and the diamond up towards the white. Then tap anywhere in the white space of your picture and it will fill in the whole background blue. Once you have finished, click the paint bucket to deselect it and click on your technical pen so we can go back to drawing seaweed. Select green again, but this time drag the diamond down a little bit towards the edge where the black is. Then follow the same steps we used earlier for drawing seaweed, but make sure you overlap, meaning you draw on top of your other one. Color in the bottom part of the seaweed. Let's add one more piece of seaweed. Go back to your colors and drag the circle and the diamond even closer to the black and draw another piece of overlapping seaweed, making sure to fill in the spaces between your lines. Now use your pinchy fingers again to pinch in and slide over till you're at about the middle of your paper. Then pinch back out to zoom in towards the middle. Again, pinchy fingers, pinch in, slide your picture over, and then pinch back out to zoom in a little bit in the middle. Now you're going to choose a color for your first fish. You may choose any color you want except the blue that we used for the water or the green that we used for the seaweed. So choose your color. Click back out to start drawing your first fish. We're going to draw a line that curves like a frown for the top of the fish's body. Then connecting that line with a curve like a smile. Notice you created a shape like a football. Use your finger to color that shape in. Next, we're going to add the tail. You may use the same color you used for the body, or you may choose a new color. Begin by drawing 2 diagonal lines, one going up and one going down. Then connect those lines with a curvy line or any type of line you want and color it in. To draw the top fin, draw a diagonal line towards the tail and another straight line down and then color it in. Do the same thing for the bottom. Diagonal line towards the tail, straight line to connect it to the body, and color it in. Go to your color selector and drag the circle inside the diamond all the way down to the black at the bottom corner and touch where the eye is to create a small circle. Then, if you would like, you can add textures to your fish. So choose any color you want and draw lines or shapes to decorate your fish's body. Time for our next fish. Choose a new color and make sure it's one that you have not used anywhere on your paper yet. Then start by drawing that football shape, but make sure that it overlaps your first fish somewhere. Like before, color that shape in using your finger. Add the fins. You can choose a new color or use the same color. Tail fin is a diagonal line up and a diagonal line down, connected by a curved line, and then color it in. Top fin is a diagonal line going towards the tail and then a straight line down, color it in. Bottom fin is a diagonal line going towards the tail, a straight line down, and then color it in, just like we did before. I'm going to add details to my fish's body by zooming in first, so I use my pinchy fingers and then I draw my lines. This makes it a little bit easier. Then zoom back out, move your color to black, and create an eye. If you want to be fancy and add bubbles, click the picture of the pen above your colors, click on Library, and then scroll by swiping your finger up until you see the little circles. You can use those little circles to draw a line straight up that will make bubbles coming out of your fish's mouth. You don't have to add bubbles, that was optional. When you're ready to draw the next fish, make sure that you've selected your technical pen again and then choose a color. Follow the same steps to draw your third fish as we did the others. Remember, you want to show overlapping. You'll notice I did not draw my body overlapping my other fish, but I did draw the body close enough to the other fish that I know the tail will overlap them. So a football shape for the body, a triangular shape for the tail, and for the fins. Then you may add a texture to your fish's body if you want, and don't forget to add the eye. We will stop here for this week. Next week we will finish up by adding a few more fish and seaweed on the other side of our paper. Make sure you photograph and submit a picture of the progress you have completed so far.